Let's talk about the secret weapon that every glamour witch should know, not just to protect their magic and their power, but to elevate it. We're getting into the bonnet lessons for the day. Here's the tea. I had somebody ask me on another platform if I would go more in depth on glamour wards and baneful transmutation. So that's what this video is going to be. It's going to be a longer form video, so buckle up and make sure you have a pen and piece of paper ready. So let's talk about what a Glamour Magick ward is. A Glamour Magick ward is an energetic shield. This is an energetic shield that is cloaked in your confidence, your allure, your beauty, your magnetism. But what it's really meant to do is provide protection, provide a shielding from negativity. But it doesn't just repel negativity. It makes it hard for people to look at you sideways without getting disoriented. There's a lot of ways to do Glamour Magick wards. It could be your hair, your makeup, mirrors, your fashion, even your fragrances. A real world example of this is if you find yourself being treated a little bit differently when you wear a certain outfit, that's Glamour Magick. But now imagine that you've charged it to be a ward for protection. Inside of my book, Baddie Bruja Secrets, on the last chapter, I talk about warding. Warding as a whole, but also warding things like your literal name. So let's get more detailed into the types of glamour wards that are available to you. And this is just kind of a short list. So this one actually is from my Baddie Bruja membership, and I teach you how to enchant a compact mirror to be like a boomerang in any situation where you feel that there's negative energy being emitted to you. The function of this is to be able to look in the mirror, like you're checking your makeup or your something in your teeth or something like that, and to be able to activate it and say your magical activation phrase that then will send back any negative energy, ricocheting it to the person who sent it to you. That one is really good if you are in a social situation and you know there are hating ass motherfuckers around you and you can't just do a full magical working. For all of my perfume and fragrance girlies, you're gonna wanna listen up. Charging your perfumes and your fragrance oils with the energy of invisibility, cloaking, charm, and protection are going to be your best friend. You can charge this with sigils. You can do this under celestial phases, moon, sun. You can put this on your ancestor altar. You can call in specific spirits or deities to charge your perfume. You do you. But this is allowing the scents to activate your wards, making it so that as you spray it throughout the day, you are reinforcing your intention and creating a psychic shield around yourself with that fragrance. The next way to do this is to charge your jewelry and your makeup. Now, in my book, I also talk about how every single makeup item, foundation, concealer, highlighter, has a magical intent that can be imbued to layer and stack an overall intention. Now, if you go to my Glamour Magick playlist, I even talk to you about how you can use your makeup as a form of divination. I might even do a video on how I did this protective makeup look for a first date. And as I was doing it, I was getting downloads about this person. And then when I went on the date, it actually manifested in them behaving exactly the way that Spirit was like, yeah, this is what's gonna be happening. And it saved me so much time. I literally got up and left there so quickly, and I might do a story time on that. But you can use your makeup to help you block evil eye and detect lies and manipulations. You can use it to summon opportunities. And there are different ways to do this in enchanting your jewelry as well as your makeup. Now, I already did a video about aura magic and the power of aura magic, but that is another way to encase your entire being in more layered protection, imbuing your auric field with a shield-like vibration or some things inside of it that are coded to catch or reflect back negative energy to the sender. It can be a really beneficial way of providing yourself a glamour ward. Now I want to talk about why glamour wards aren't talked about very often in the Glamour Magick community. And a lot of people don't talk about them, period, because they either aren't Glamour Magick heavy in their practice or they just don't know. The truth is, it's because Glamour Magick is reduced to vanity here on social media as well as in pop culture. It's seen as cute, not powerful. Wards are associated with serious protection or baneful magic, and many overlook that beauty is armor, especially for femmes and femme-aligned practitioners. Many witches do not know how to bridge the aesthetic to to the protective. And that's something that I specialize in my Glamour Magick Academy. Why does this matter in your spiritual practice? You cannot fully show up in your spiritual or magical power if you are consistently being drained, underestimated, and spiritually attacked just for being seen. Glamour wars make you visible when you want to be and invisible when necessary. They filter your interactions so that only those who are fully aligned with you can get into your energetic field. And if they somehow do get into your energetic field, they are easily detected and can be rerouted in another direction. They strengthen your boundaries, they empower your confidence, and they provide psychic safety in a world that often polices beauty and power. Now let's talk about Baneful Transmutation. Baneful Transmutation is the art of absorbing negativity or magical and spiritual attacks and reforging it into something that is useful, beautiful, and powerful. This is alchemy at its finest, taking the curses, the gossip, the jealousy, and turning it into influence, radiance, ideas, and wealth. This is high-level shadow work in motion, and why my I Love My Haters spell candle is so potent for this work. It's not just a petty clapback on these bitches, it's for a quantum glow up. So let's talk about types of Baneful Transmutation rituals. One of my favorite ways is to turn ashes into magical ingredients. This requires you to burn the written slander, lies, gossips that people have said about you. Maybe it's online and you want to print it out. Maybe it's through text and you want to print it out. Maybe people just said it about you and you can write it down and then burn it and then use those ashes and reincorporate it back into spell work. Using the ashes to charge Glamour Magick items, to create spell oils that you then anoint charms with, or creating your own transmutation oil with, girl, gag! You're gonna be gagging them! That's just one really powerful way. One of my favorites though. Candle magic is of course a really great way to do a Baneful Transmutation ward. And again, I cannot recommend my I Love My Haters spell candle enough for this, but it can be a really great way to draw that energy and then redirect it to prosperity, good fortune, and opportunities for yourself. And what I like about my candle is it doesn't just send it back or reverse it. What it does is it takes it, transmutes it, and then it protects you from any more plots, schemes, or plans from your enemy, destroying them from being able to really make any headway towards you. I did my big one on that one. I did in fact. And if you are a content creator, you can take the public projections, right? People who are watching you online, followers, other content creators, their projections of you, people who don't really actually know who you are, you can use their energy to then again flip it on its head and turn it into something beneficial for yourself. This is creator protection magic. And transmutation is not a new concept, but why this is baneful and not just regular transmutation is because transmutation can take your own energy, right? Your negativity, your sadness, your anxiety, or just the negativity of a space and an environment that is just being emitted and transmute it into something else. It's kind of passive. Baneful transmutation is the energy that is directly sent to you to harm you. Does that make sense? You're weaponizing that negative energy that has been sent to destroy you or harm you and flipping it into something that is empowering you. This isn't about throwing the curse back and cursing the person back, although I'm not against that, but because the origins of the energy is venomous, you are choosing to absorb it, dominate it, and then reshape it for your own benefit. When done correctly, it can actually weaken your enemies, making them exhausted with trying to attack you, because every single thing that they throw at you, you turn it into magic. Every rock they throw at you, you turn it into diamonds that you place in your own crown. Bars, okay? So to be clear, it's only baneful because it started as shade. And we're not fighting fire with fire. We are burning brighter and letting our enemies be the fuel to the flame. That is Glamour Magick Baneful Transmutation. And I want you to comment down below which one of these spells that I spoke about in this video you want me to do a full tutorial on my YouTube channel, okay? I would love to go more in depth, but I go even more in depth in my Baddie Bruja membership, and that is for my girls and my coven only, okay? So are you ready to start practicing Glamour Magick yet?